We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
That we are standing up against them, and we are red-blooded, and we are not slaves, and we are not bowing down to them. I'm not bowing down. I'm at the tip of the spear. I get death threats every day. And you know what? I am honored to be who I am. I'm honored to just be an average person that stood up 15 years ago and said, I'm going to defend the Republic. I'm going to defend the family. I'm going to defend the Second Amendment. I'm going to fight against abortion. I'm going to see what happens when I really take action. And we have laid waste to the enemy. If you simply unloose yourselves and become the leaders you are, we will sweep this scum into the gutter. We will defeat the New World Order. We will crush the tyranny. Second hour, straight ahead.
Going postal, I'm going fucking postal. Was I cool? I swear I lost my fucking cool. Feeling metal, I'm feeling fucking metal.
Welcome back to the forward operating base. Today is a chill sesh.
We don't got a lot going on this episode. We didn't come here with a topic in mind.
I got a little CIA shenanigery on my notes, though. At the very least, we can get.
Fuck, did you just call me?
Shiganery? Not this shiganery. You know what that's from?
No.
Bruh. Better Call Saul.
Never seen it. I've only seen the first 2 seasons of Breaking Bad.
It's like the most whack thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Dude, please, let's just stop recording right now and you have to go watch. It's the series of a generation, both of them.
Alright guys, we gotta take a break so I can watch the full entire show Breaking Bad and then the follow-up show Breaking Call Saul, and then we'll continue on with this episode.
You better just tell your wife, sign out on the kid watching duty. You're Breaking Bad watching now. There's no family time anymore.
What would you say the best TV show you've ever seen is?
Probably Breaking Bad. Dude, again, you have to become an alcoholic and just not care about anything anymore. You need to lose your job. Just become an alcoholic, totally commit to watching Breaking Bad.
Do you gotta be fucked up to watch it or something?
No. Completely opposite. It's just way better if you're hammered. I mean, that's any show. How many times have you watched a TV show while you're hammered and you're thinking, wow, this is so much better if I was just... I mean, come on now.
Yeah, we don't got much going on. This next episode, we got a little bit to say about. You want to just keep it a secret, or you just want to break the news to him now?
It's up to you, buddy.
I guess we're just going to keep it a secret. Keep the fucking viewers tuned in, you know?
Yeah, dude. Second hour straight ahead. Stay with us.
So we're just chilling, you know? We're just having a good time. Sam, what do you got to say?
I'm convinced that the CIA has had a finger on every single drug ever sold.
That'd be a good guess. It seems like they're pushing a lot of them to our country.
I mean, dude, from fucking smuggling gold in Germany to growing opium in fucking Turkey and Afghanistan to cocaine in fucking South America, dude, these motherfuckers are everywhere.
Some would call them a terrorist organization.
Dude, that's cat.
They're
protecting you, Dylan.
They're funding those guys, actually. They're not the terrorist organization. They're just funding them.
They're the reason that you're not boots on the ground over in Ukraine and fucking Israel right now, buddy. You should be thanking them. We should just destroy this podcast. We need to delete this podcast. We've talked too much shit on the CIA. We should... thank you. If the CIA is listening to this, thank you for protecting our country. No, some fucked up shit just happened with the mic, but we're cruising. Don't worry about that technical difficulties.
We're cruising, we're chilling. Some would call it a chill sesh. I don't know who would say that.
Okay, we can't keep saying that. it might be a chill sesh, but that doesn't give us any excuse to fuck off here. This is a job here, people. This is work. We're working just like all the other famous people.
I guess I'll just break into my theory of everything. So, this is my theory on this whole planet, this whole life that we know it, all right?
Is the sun just a ball of souls that we're going to whenever we die? Is that what you're about to tell me?
This is existential. This is God shit, all right?
This is God shit here, people. We're talking about Dylan's big picture.
So, if you look at, so there's purgatory, the people, the waiting place to go into heaven, but I think that there's also a waiting place to go into hell that, like, is where God would put the second chance people, the people who he thinks may or may not deserve a second chance. He put them in a waiting room to decide if they go straight to hell, straight to heaven. And then if all these people are in this waiting room, it sucks. It's like not fucking purgatory. It probably sucks a lot worse than that, but it's not hell either. It's somewhere in the middle. Everyone in there is like just fucking after his resurrection, like after the rapture, like where Jesus has come back. After that's happened, then God comes to all these people in the waiting room and is like, so obviously all you guys are going to be like, hey, please let us out. Like, this shit sucks. Like, we'll be good. We'll be better. We're sinners, I know, but like, we'll be better. We promise. Then like, God's like, well, obviously you're gonna say that because you're burning in hell. Basically, it's like not hell, but it's close. So I'm gonna have to wipe your fucking slate clean, wipe your whole mind, reset you completely, and make you born onto this place called Earth, where you have another chance at life, another chance to prove that you're worthy of going to heaven. How's that sound?
Time's a flat circle. We've had this conversation already, Dylan. We're gonna happen. It's gonna happen again. Whenever you never really die, people. Death's an illusion. Life's an illusion. Don't worry about it. You've been here before. You'll be here again. Don't sweat it.
Just as long as you're on this earth, spend as much time as you possibly can watching the Going Postal podcast and another YouTube channel that I've never heard of. It just has all the best videos. It's GP Dylan. Crazy videos on there. Just the absolute best I've ever seen. We're not affiliated, by the way.
Yeah, what he said. Anyway, people, just flat out, don't worry about it. All you need some fulfillment out of your life. If every day you're waking up and you feel depressed, you probably shouldn't take medicine for that. You should, like, seriously rethink what you're doing with your life.
If you do the same thing over and over again every day and you expect different results, that's insanity. Like, you're the crazy one if you're depressed and then just staying in the same situation, not changing anything, not doing anything to better yourself.
In your final moments, your ancestors are going to come to you, and are you going to be happy to see them, or are you going to be sad to see them because you didn't do jack fuck other than jerk off and play video games your whole life? You need to make a podcast, people. You need to have content. I'm talking not physical content, emotional content, spiritual content. People, go talk to a woman. Help yourself. There is nobody coming to help you. There is no man in the sky coming to help you. Only you can help yourself. And I believe in you. And nobody, I can tell you positively, nobody else genuinely believes in you. Everybody that's told you that they believe in you, they don't. I am serious whenever I say they don't mean it. Your parents might. They might believe it, but, I mean, they're just trying to make sure you have a good life. I mean, they've already fulfilled their purpose. They've had their children. That's your whole goal in this life, people. You're an animal at the end of the day. You need to bang somebody, and you need to have a kid with them. Flat out. 50-50 chance it might end in a divorce, but who gives a fuck about that? Then, whenever you're divorced, you start banging broads and becoming an alcoholic just like your ancestors. See, this is what I'm talking about by time's a flat circle. It's all going to lead back. You're going to be doing what your ancestors were doing in the past. We think nowadays is so different, but, dude, nothing's different.
Generational trauma does get carried down from generation to generation.
What, your fucking psychiatrist tell you that? That's a racket. That's a racket for the Jews. Generational trauma.
It is true.
Whatever, dude.
Fathers that beat their kids end up beating their those people end up growing up and beating their kids.
It's the same thing with pedophiles. I mean,
Yeah.
That's why going postal is trying to make you a better person, because we don't want your kids to be fucked up. We're doing more for the next generation than Bill Gates ever could. Than any responsible for philanthropy or whatever the fuck that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You just pissed me off bringing up Bill Gates. Now I'm just hot.
Bill Gates is turning kids in Africa's knees backwards, and we're just chilling here.
They're doing so much shit, so much fucked up shit, Bill Gates is, and you still chose Xbox over fucking PS5. You're one of them. Are you in on it?
I stand by Gates, dude. Respect to his gaming console. I don't give a fuck. The only reason that you got a PS5 is because you just don't have the patience to wait. Literally, that was the only reason. And then whenever you got it, you realize, I have no friends playing PlayStation, so I'm never going to fucking use this thing.
I mean, also part of it was the COVID vax. Like, I knew he was mainly responsible for it, and it was kind of just like a statement that no one else was willing to make at the time. I'm a leader.
Dude,
I'm a fucking,
statement.
I'm like MLK. I'm that type of guy in this story. But what I was going to say.
I'm like 100% for sure you're lying, but continue.
What I was going to say about Bill Gates is that the philanthropy, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, that's just a huge-ass cover. That's, like, so fake. It's not about philanthropy at all. Like, obviously they're giving money to philanthropy to get out of taxes. Like, everyone knows that. But they're also using the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as a cover just to not pay taxes with like all the money that they make in that, but then also other rich people are putting their money into that Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and it's not just them, it's others. But like these giant charities, they own like castles, they own so much real estate, and then these foundations that don't have to pay taxes is part of the reason why the real estate market's getting so crazy and why none of us can afford a house, is because they own houses and like large amounts of real estate, large amounts of farmland with these charity foundations, and they own a fuckload of stock with them that's untaxed. Like they're using it to protect their wealth. And so many rich people in the United States have hoarded so much wealth, and it's so fucked up how it's only going to get worse, and it's already bad. Like the amount of poverty we're going to see in this country is going to get really bad over the next 10 to 20 years.
Elon Musk is like a dragon sitting on top of a fucking hoard of treasure. Like, I don't know if you've seen The Hobbit before, but Elon Musk is the dragon off the fucking Hobbit, dude. Whatever his name was.
Have you ever heard of Eric Schmidt? I just found out about this guy today.
No.
He's he's an ex big guy at Google, and he has, I guess, like $27 or $30 billion or something. And he is like basically like a part of the shadow government behind whoever's making the decisions with Biden. Like, obviously Biden's not there because like the debates were just so shit, and just basically proved how gone he is. Like, no one really knew the extent of how gone he was, but that just proved like how fucking tweaked he is, how just he's not even there anymore. But like all the people making the decisions behind him, I guess Eric Schmidt's one of them, and he like got put on the DOD by Biden, and then whenever he got put on the DOD by Biden, then Biden also like increased whatever departments he's in, like their authority and shit, and basically made him like equal to the cabinet or something. Like, just that was just a specific name where I could find that was like. Also, I don't know how, but he's like the descendant of Henry Kissinger. Like, he's like from his, not from his blood, but like he mentor, or like Henry mentored him or whatever. But this Eric Schmidt, this guy seems fucked.
I mean, it's the story. It's story as old as fucking time. I mean, all these people are from all the same families. They all know each other. They all fucking commingle. They all go to the same schools. It doesn't really matter. And flat out at the end of the day, the shadow government, the deep state, whatever the retards are calling it, everybody is always known that behind the elected government is a whole shit ton of people in the government that aren't elected at all. And a lot of people have way more power than you think they should since they're not elected. A lot of these people are in the CIA. They're fucking heading up all the departments. I mean, honestly, more of your government is unelected than elected. But let's not even fucking go there. The deep state, the shadow government. See, but we make up all these fucking the crazy names because there's not really a good name for it. But it just feels bad whenever I hear fucking retard Trumpers say deep state over and over again, and they're like talking about fucking Mitch McConnell. Like, Mitch McConnell is not fucking deep state, buddy. I can take Mitch McConnell ain't a saint, but he ain't fucking deep state, that's for sure.
It's so obvious that these politicians just don't have their own, like, don't have a backbone. They're just puppets for the wealthy that are pulling the strings behind the veil of, like, they're hiding in plain sight, basically. Like, we know the names of some people, of some of these rich people that are actually pulling the strings, but nothing can be done about it because they are the government. They are, like, the ones who are supposed to be putting the laws in place. Like, they're just above the law, basically. And Bill Gates is another one. Like, these people have so much money that they can't be stopped, and we're just going to continue to be sucked. The lifeblood of the life energy of us is just getting sucked away by them, and it's sad.
Stop jerking off, people. Stop. You're spilling the cup of Hermes, and just stop.
Porn's terrible. Like, the people are getting down deep holes. Did you see what happened to Sketch today? You didn't see that, did you? I bet.
I have fucking no idea.
We were just a couple days ago talking about how funny we thought Sketch was, and then I just saw today, news broke that he had a gay OnlyFans and fucking got exposed.
Yes.
He was getting roasted on
Hell
Twitter.
Yes.
He was getting roasted on Twitter by everybody. It was so funny. And then he made an apology video today. He had to apologize for being gay.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Very fucking inclusive, I guess.
He's like, it was a bad time in my life. I think he blamed substance abuse. He was like, I'm going through a hard time. I was addicted.
What, is he straight now? Does he have a girlfriend?
I don't know. He said he was straight.
I mean,
Fucking Sketch News on the Going Postal podcast. You heard it here first.
how many married men are fucking homos behind their wives' backs? I mean, these things happen. I don't know. I don't have a problem if you're gay as long as you're not, like, pretending that you're a woman or something and, like, actually acting like it.
Speaking of substance abuse, I accidentally smoked crack one time because my friend, who I guess smoked crack behind my back that I didn't know, he smoked crack, put it on top of the bowl, and then, I guess it was Coke. He put Coke on the bowl, but then I didn't even know that he put Coke on the bowl. He just handed it to me, and then I just smoked crack basically without knowing it. And then
It's pretty badass, honestly.
left because I felt weird like 5 minutes later, and then drove on crack, I guess.
Man, dude, this weed sucks. Yeah, no, I'm fucking... Around here, you never know what you're gonna get with the drugs. Who knows what we fucking took? I know the blow that me and you were doing was not fucking real for sure. I don't know what obviously that shit was cut over and over again. I don't know what they cut it with. Hopefully just flour. I feel like that's what it was. It fucking had the exact same consistency. So.
During my wax phase, I was just, whenever I'd buy large amounts of wax, if I bought a large amount of wax, like, I drove all the way to, like, 2 hours away to meet this dude. I'm gonna give him the money. I'm gonna get this stuff. Like, I'm also fiending. I probably ran out of weed at the time. So, like, I'm gonna take whatever he gives me. And I took some greasy-ass fucking wax, some gross-looking wax that I would never, like, buy from a dispensary now. But, like, since it wasn't available, then the shit I had to smoke and then continue to smoke for like a month afterwards. It's just so fucked up.
You were smoking his earwax, I bet.
He fuck.
Scooped that shit out of his ear, put in a fucking slick, and sold it to you.
I mean, it was like I would buy large amounts of it, so like he'd have to he's saving up. There's a little side hustle he had going on. He just every day get a Q-tip, put it in some wax paper. After about a couple months, you got a good supply going.
And he knew you were a fiend. He knew you were coming back for that what?
My drug dealer died from fentanyl.
I
R.I.P.
heard that.
Yeah.
That dude ripped to the G. Miracle that he never fucking tried to kill you guys.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm ever gonna get mushrooms again if I would like mushrooms. I haven't.
It's honestly way easier now. Like there's.
I saw a sign for
I have a
mushrooms.
way. Yeah, I've also seen that sign. I don't know if that's true, but I got a way. We can find God's gateway.
I got some funny jokes, I think, or just some shit on my phone. I'm gonna say, I guess.
That just sounds like people are gonna get a laugh out of it. You definitely should not say, "I got some jokes here that I'm gonna leave." But continue.
Well, this isn't really a joke, but I didn't realize I was getting peak humor with Trailer Park Boys in South Park. Like during the time whenever I was like binge watching them, I didn't realize that like that was gonna be like the peak of comedy and TV shows.
You thinking that Trailer Park Boys wouldn't be the peak of like any? It's a film. It's more than a TV show or movies. It's art, Dylan.
I mean, I thought like other people were gonna be able to be capable of that funny, but I haven't really seen it repeated in a lot of shows.
Watch Better Call Saul.
That is probably a good show. Anytime anything becomes too popular, then I hate it. I was just saying this the other day, but I haven't said it on the podcast. Like, I'll like something, and then everyone starts liking it, and then it becomes so popular that I have to force myself to not like it anymore. Like the Hawk Tour thing. Like, I thought it was funny at first, like, just without anyone else's opinion. It's just, like, funny clip, haha. But then, like, it becomes so popular and everyone knows about it, then it's just, I'm disgusted by it. Now it's just, like, and now that's in one of our intros forever. But
the Hawk Tour girl has managers and you have bills to pay. Just think about that real quick. Yeah, I don't know why that bitch got famous. I really don't. Like, I didn't even think it was that funny the first time, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I saw it so many places, and I saw it being used in memes, and I was like, yeah, a couple of these were funny, but I'd never thought it would explode. But, yeah, apparently it's, like, the fucking biggest thing. She's gonna be the next, like, Bad Baby, though. I know it. She's gonna get all this fame, and she's gonna turn into, like, a fucking crackhead. Like, I'm hoping not, but that's usually what happens to people.
I saw a video on YouTube Shorts of her that was just like her explaining like where she grew up in. Like it was like a well edited like just YouTube short just explaining like where she grew up, like what she's doing now and shit. Like she has like a whole producer team like making videos for her and shit. Like she's going to be so famous. But I guess to change the subject, these two conspiracies that I heard on War Mode, I don't know if you saw this episode, the engine that runs on alcohol, like that had something to do with the prohibition. Like you think that whenever you hear prohibition and then they ban alcohol, like they're like, why the fuck would they have against alcohol? Like was it that bad? But I guess during that time they were coming up with a way to make an engine that runs on alcohol, and that was the reason that prohibition happened, to keep us on fossil fuels and like stop any research going into that.
I mean, your engine can run a little bit off of fucking Everclear. Like, you can run engines off of alcohol. But, I mean, they're not fucking designed for it. I don't know. I've heard a lot about that. I think there was some weird shit behind Prohibition, definitely. That might have been something, but I think it's more like some wild shit had happened. I don't know. I think that's kind of whenever the historical reset might have, people say 1800s. I don't know, dude. The Prohibition seems wild.
I think a lot of our history is fake, but
I know you think a lot of our history is fake.
And then the other conspiracy that they talked about that I had no idea about, never even made this connection, was the fucking Playboy Mansion was basically just an Epstein Island. Like, they had all the cameras rigged in there, and then were inviting celebrities and shit to blackmail them, famous politicians. And then whenever they're going in there, they're like, we're going to the fucking Playboy Mansion. This is it. This is fucking sick. They get them fucking cheating on their wives or whatever, or maybe they got like a fucking 17-year-old in the room. In there, whatever the age needs to be, and then they just have blackmail on them. That's why all the cameras would be in all the rooms, and like people in the Playboy Mansion have talked about that. Like their stories have come out, but no one, like, there's no media coverage ever, any of that, like that type of shit going on. It's for real an Epstein Island in plain sight.
I mean, fucking Diddy Party, like, dude, this shit is a well-used strategy. It wasn't just used on Epstein Island, I can fucking assure you. There's probably a lot more places than just Diddy's parties, Epstein Island, and fucking Playboy Mansion that has cameras hidden in them. Like, I just wonder, like, how many people do they have in their pocket? Like, could you ever think that Diddy would be an asset? Like, think about that.
No.
Exactly. That's fucking wild. Who knows who they have in their pocket?
You want to hear any more of these jokes?
Let's hear.
I found a surefire way to tell if someone is trans or not. You hit them with a fucking pop! You fucking shoulder check them, and if they fall over, they're a woman, but a man is more sturdy.
Nice.
Let's see what else I got here.
Pulling out all the stops.
How horny do you have to be to comment on a porn video? These videos.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Half of the fucking comments, it seems, nowadays is just people being, like, just self-pity. Just like, I wish I could find love. Well, the reason you probably can't find love is because you're fucking jerking off every night, you retard.
Oh, this scene is so hot.
Oh, dude, she has such a fat ass. Hell yeah.
I thought it was funny about how the porn videos, they'll have fucking 15 million views, and you'll go to the comments and there's 10 comments. And one of them is talking about their favorite part, and then it's like, dude, this isn't the Avengers.
Yeah, bro. Shut the fuck up. Everybody else came here, got their fucking deed done. They're out, and you're still here? You're here commenting?
You got any jokes?
No, I didn't bring my jokes, sadly. You got any skits to show me? Skit comedy?
A lot of these aren't even jokes, I realize. A lot of them are just like ideas for the podcast.
I was about to say, they're probably just shit to say during this fucking chillcast because you were worried about not having anything to say.
My wife and I were talking about going to Paris for our honeymoon last year, and we were talking to some family, and they were saying, "Oh no, if you go to Spain, this doesn't even make sense."
I wouldn't do that because, like, today or yesterday, there were like a bunch of fucking people in Spain spraying like tourists at restaurants with water guns and telling them to get the fuck out.
They're telling me to go somewhere like Spain.
I wouldn't go to fucking. Why would you want to go to, dude? Do you know French people?
Dude, that's okay. So you got to where I was going with that.
French people are fucking. Everybody hates the French.
You got to where I was
who likes
going with
those
that.
stinky fuckers?
We were talking to my family about going on our honeymoon to Paris, and then they were like, "You should go to Spain, somewhere different." And then I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Honestly, you're right. I don't even fucking like French people. Like, what am I even talking about?" And then they looked at me like I was like literally being racist. They looked at me like, "What are you talking about? You hate French people?" Like, that's how they looked at me. They didn't say that, but they were just like, "Where did that come from?"
I mean, honestly, as much as I would love to take a trip to Europe, I would never live in Europe ever. Europe's ass.
Same.
Those retards. Sorry to all the Europeans listening to this. I doubt there's any. Because this podcast is far beyond the European brain. But I just don't get you guys, and I hate things I don't understand, I guess.
Yeah, those lowriders are super cool, bro. I'm sure it's awesome to hit literally every piece of roadkill on the road. There you go.
Stop. We're putting a pause on the jokes now.
We're coming back from a pause. I wanted to delete that, and Sam made me keep it in. He used his veto.
No, I think we can use this as a testament. Even if the podcast fails, we can always come back to this moment and we can relive the worst joke I've ever heard out of you.
I wish I would have like reread some of these. I just like
Dude.
I'm sitting here just like spitballing at fucking work, just like writing down everything I can think of, and then I'm just like I never like think back on them again. This is like from like a month and a half ago, just like random jokes I wrote down. I wish I would have actually reread some of these just to see what I had in these
It
notes.
sounded like it came out of a children's like joke book. Was how generic that one was. But I mean, I shouldn't judge, dude. I didn't come here with any jokes, so I shouldn't.
I got one more.
He's got another one.
I did acid and pulled an all-nighter the night before I renewed my license. I was thinking, you know, if I ever get pulled over, the cop will just be like, oh, damn, he's not on drugs. He's just ugly as fuck. But now every time my friends see my ID, they just laugh at me and say I'm retarded.
Okay, that one was better for sure.
Okay, I'm glad I could redeem myself a little.
That far exceeded the last one for sure. Maybe stick with that style, I guess. I don't know. I had something to say, but I forgot about it. Oh, yeah. To Tim Dillon, Louis J. Gomez, and Nick Mullen, you guys should make Bastard Radio again.
Best podcast of all time. So, you know, what do they say about dying young? Like, you either die a legend or you live long enough to be the hero. What the fuck's the saying?
No.
You die a hero or live long enough to be the villain.
Right, there you go.
We got there. That's basically Bastard Radio. It fucking died early and now it's just legendary.
That's fair, I guess. They need to make more, though, because those retards can't do anything now.
I like Louis J. Gomez, but I don't watch him as much as I used to.
The fact that you liked Louis J. Gomez for as long as you have is honestly blowing my mind. Like, out of Tim Dillon, Nick Mullen, Louis J. Gomez has probably been, like, one of your favorite.
I mean, those three are some of my favorite of all time. Like,
But Louis J. Gomez, like, dude, there's nobody that likes Louis J. Gomez like you like Louis J. Gomez.
he gets funny people around him is also part of what's good about him. He gets funny people on his podcast. Like, he knows a lot of funny people. So, like, he's not, like, necessarily the funniest. Like, I told Eva this, too, because she watches him. Like, we don't really want to watch his stand-up ever. Like, he's not really, like, a stand-up comic, but he's, like, funny on a podcast and, like, gets funny people around him.
He's pretty funny, but I think he's also retarded.
I mean, yeah, he said one time on the podcast, I don't know if he's still like this, but he has to wake up in the middle of the night just so he can take a dab, just so he can go back to sleep. He can't sleep throughout the entire night. He has to take dabs in the middle of the night just so he can go back to sleep.
Okay, well, that's not even being retarded. That's just, he's cooked.
He's fried, pan fried.
Oh my
He's
God.
sizzling.
I mean,
He's smelling. He's burning.
Whenever the pandemic was going on, like, one of Louis J. Gomez's actual ideas was like, dude, what if we could just do like a drive-in movie theater but for comedy? Like, I can't even begin to start on what's wrong with this.
All right, you want to move on to the topic at hand after we end it?
Okay, I
You got anything else to say?
I guess we're doing two. We're doing two.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you haven't even talked about any of the topic you want to talk about, right?
I thought we were waiting until next week to just hit one topic, but yeah, dude, fucking. We can raw dog a fucking dual topic episode real quick.
I mean, like, I was gonna end it and then start a new one.
I know. That's
All
what
right.
I'm saying.
I'll end it with another joke I found here.
Nice.
You want to know what the best part about being married is?
What's that?
going to work every morning.
Nice.